And the man who wants to ride them, rode 6th this week, is William Buick. He's on the line now. He's not got a lot of time this morning, but I appreciate the time that you have. Will, congratulations. And we're having a look now at exactly what it meant, your win on Ethical Diamond, to all those in the Willie Mullins stable. Quite a celebration all round.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, no, fantastic. And yeah, look, it's you know, the Ebor's a very hard race to win. It's my first win in the race, and to get the call up from Willie, obviously, you know you're in business, so and that's the way it worked out. So, no, it was great. Thank you.
And the interesting thing for me is that you're not someone who would have an up-close look at his yard and the way he does things all the time, but you've ridden in plenty of nice winners. When you get on one of his horses in a race like that, did they give you a different type of feel to other people's horses?
Well, they're just very well prepared, obviously, you know, for their assignment. And, you know, when Willie sends horses over to these races, whether it be Royal Ascot or the Zazarowicz or the Ebor or whatever it may be, you know, that's usually been the target for some time. So, you know, that's, from my perspective, that's a huge thing. And obviously these horses are, you know, they're good. They're, you know, like I said, they're well prepared. And, you know, like Ethical Diamond yesterday, super straightforward horse, who sort of ticked every box for a race like the Ebor.
I mean, you've ridden enough good horses, you've ridden enough good stairs. We'll talk about Trollman in a minute. Is Ethical Diamond the sort of horse that could make up into a cup horse, do you think?
I think he seems to be on the right trajectory for sure. You know, he stayed the trip well yesterday, and he has that bit of turn of foot at the end, which for stayers, you know, can set them apart. So from the others, so yeah, I think he'll be up in grade, and you have to consider him for sure.
It's been the season, Will, of the crazy pacemakers. It didn't stop in the Juddmonte International. I'd imagine everyone was thrilled, relieved, call it what you will, and the form book will tell you Ombudsman was impressive, which he was. But what were you thinking halfway up the straight?
Well, we were all a bit surprised how that sort of panned out like that. You know, that wasn't the plan. Obviously, you know, we all expected Dan Andesal to sort of have the spot in behind the pacemaker, as you know, he was a 1.5 mile horse and likes to race prominently. But look, it wasn't to be, and but Ombudsman was very impressive at the end, and look, he picked up his pacemaker very easily, and then when he passed him, he had another gear, so you know, he quickened 2 or 3 times the last quarter mile. So very, very impressive performance.
And how much better do you think he was at York than he had been in the Coral Eclipse? In your mind, was there a big difference in calibre of performance?
There was. I mean, the Juddmonte was just run at that little bit more even pace, although, you know, it was still a little bit stop-start from where we were. But it was nothing like the Eclipse. The Eclipse was such a hard race to assess, I think, from anyone's perspective. It was pretty close after Royal Ascot, so obviously he had a bit more time into the Juddmonte. And yeah, look, he put up a mighty performance.
Trollman's a mighty horse, isn't he? What a lovely horse he is. Is he better this season than he was last season?
I think he is. I think he seems to be taking his races better. You know, he's whether I'm sort of approaching him better and learn to understand him a little bit better as well. You know, playing to his strengths probably a little bit more. But look, he's just a joy to be around. You know, he goes out there, wears his heart on his sleeve, and just gallops away. Just a solid horse, and a very, very good stayer who now is the best stayer around.
And of course, now everyone praises how straightforward he is and how tough he is.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget that he's been a bit of a work in progress.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously Frankie rode him in his younger days, and you know, he was an Ebor winner. So look, he's what's he now, 7? You know, getting better at the age of 7. Great.
Spring chicken. Royal Fixation looked a very smart 2-year-old, I thought, in the Sky Bet Lowther for Ed Walker. How good a Lowther do you think it was?
I think the first and second set a good standard. Royal Fixation did very well, I thought. She's not the biggest, but she's got a big heart, and she's very straightforward. She's a pretty smart filly who I do think will go on to better things.
Is she good enough to win at Cheveley Park?
I think she has to. I think that's the way she'll go, and I think she's well deserved to go there. She's getting better. She's improving. That was only her third start, so you have to give her every chance for sure.
Now, the roadshow rolls on for you this afternoon, and 2 more Group 1 winning opportunities as well at Deauville in the Prix Jean Romanet and the Prix Morny with Cinderella's Dream and Wise Approach, respectively. Tell me how hopeful you are for either or both.
I'm hopeful for both, Nick. I'm just in a bit of a rush here at the moment. Hopeful for both. And look, the Morny's a strong race, obviously. Wise Approach. He was very impressive when he won at Newbury. Takes his chance. Track and ground hopefully will suit him. And we'll see where we stand. He's a talented 2-year-old. And Cinderella's Dream we all know so well. So Monte Quarter is going to suit her. It's a competitive, tight field, but she goes there in very good form.
Well, I don't want to be responsible for you missing your plane, and I can't compensate the prize money, so I'm going to let you go. I really appreciate your time. I know you don't have much of it. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure, Nick. Thank you very much. Take care.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.